Getting ready to start. Damari Davis most likely will be the tip-off guy for the Express. Looks like Davenport, maybe? No. Is it Evan? Evan Milligan will be the tip-off guy against Damari Davis. So we're getting ready to start here. And there's the tip-off, and it goes to the Thoroughbreds early on as Nunn brings the ball across midcourt. Looking over, looking for a good shot. Now keep an eye on number 10. Michael Davenport is a baller here on this team. Ooh, good. Tried to reach in. They wanted to travel against Chuck, but Chuck got that ball in there. Looks like he pinned down his pigtails. Number 11 had pigtails as this game started earlier. Campbell with the ball, gives it to TJ Henderson, pitches it back out to Damari Davis. Davis drives hard inside, tries to fake pump. Didn't get anyone off the board. And now the game is tied at 2 apiece. Deep shot right there. Missed. Chuck tried to get the rebound. Wasn't able to hold on to it as he was kind of falling forward, out of bounds. They're calling Indy Express ball, but it looks like Chuck got up pretty easy there, like he was hurt. And Marcus Filial is bringing the ball across the court for the Express as we have a 2-2 game here early. Campbell with the ball. Gives it off to Henderson. Henderson uses the screen off Campbell, but not very good separation there. He dribbles it right off his own foot. He thinks it went off of Chuck's, but it went off his foot, as that's another turnover for early on in this game. Both teams giving the ball over at least once now. Eves with the ball. Guarded closely. Oh, stolen right out of his hands by Gerald Campbell. Pitched out to Filial, who gives it over to Alan Arnett, holding the ball up, keeping an eye, looking for the screen, uses the screen, drives deep, pitches it back out. Filial for 3, off the edge of the rim, out of bounds. And I think it's going to be Express ball. I can't see, there's a lot of players in my way, but yes, it will be Express ball. There's 23 seconds on the shot clock. Filial looking to inbounds it. Quickly gets it out to TJ Henderson out on the edge. Turns around, steps back, fires for 2, misses, rebounded right there by Milligan. Back to Milligan. Milligan's looking, Nunn's got the ball now, just pulls up and shoots right at the top of the key and makes it. That's a 2-pointer for Milligan, and they take a 2-point lead over the home team, Indy Express. Damari Davis now with the ball. We got an off-ball pushing foul. Looks like it's going to be on Marcus. Nunn's bringing the ball up. Ooh, didn't quite get the jump from TJ as he was hoping. Chuck's backing up Campbell. Campbell right in his face. Milligan wide open, baseline 3, and he makes it. And just like that, it's a 5-point lead for the Thoroughbreds. The Express started off on Tuesday very much similar. TJ now with the ball up close and personal. Damari's looking to drive baseline inside. Got Chuck to jump early. We got a foul on number 11, Chuck. Damari's going to go to the line, shoot for 2. Damari's strength has not been at the free throw line this season, but we'll see if he has improved his free throw percentage over the last week. That one a little hard, brick off the backside of the rim. Damari's second foul shot coming up now. That one also a little hard off the back of the rim. Whoa, it was nearly stolen. Chuck going inside, Filial's going to take the foul. Chuck's going to go to the line, shoot for two. Filial did that on purpose to save guaranteed 2 points by Chuck at the line. Abado's going to be shooting two here, his first one coming up. First one off the mark as well. I want to thank Firebirds fan for joining the stream. Appreciate you being here. Express fan 17 as well. Chuck's second free throw coming up. Looking to extend this to a 6-point lead. And he buries that one. Now it's 8-2 as Thoroughbreds take a 6-point lead with 9 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first period. Filial bringing it across midcourt, looking for the screen from Damari Davis. Oh, not a good pass by Filial inside, stolen by the Thoroughbreds. Deep inside, nice hand tip by Gerald. Deep pass inside to Allen Arnett, pitched it back out to TJ, out to Filial, who pump fakes and fires. I think that's only a 2-pointer though. He stepped across the line, but still that cuts the lead to only 4. Nunn bringing the ball across now for the Thoroughbreds, looking for something. Chuck back to Nunn. He's going to get the screen from Chuck as he drives inside. Back. It was a give and go, and that's Indy Express. Ball off the hands of the big center, number 11. Express looking to cut into this lead with 8 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first period. Be right. Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you being here on the TBL TV as TJ Henderson looks over the defense, takes the screen off of Gerald Campbell, who gets the ball right back inside, short on the layup, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Thoroughbreds ball. Nunn's going to bring it across for Owensboro. Guarded closely by TJ Henderson. Oh my gosh, Milligan can fire threes all day long, and that is a good one right there. As now they have a massive 7-point lead early on. Express only 4 points. Pushing on, getting close to halfway in. That's a hard push right there by Damari Davis. Here's a shot right here, short off the mark, rebounded by Marcus Filial. Filial's going to bring it across. Surely he's not going to shoot. There's too many guys in red there to rebound the ball. Oh, he passed that ball right to Thoroughbred as Eves brings the ball back and hands it off to Nunn. Nunn kicks it back out. Milligan wide open for three again, and that's drained again. And now just like that, it's a 10-point lead for the Owensboro Thoroughbreds. 7 minutes left in the first period, and the Express just can't seem to find a way of getting points on the board right now. Few missed opportunities, driving the ball in with close hands in the face. I'm not seeing any open looks. They don't look like they're passing the ball around very well to try to find those open looks. Now, the Indy Express has been known for this throughout the season, whereas they generally have one really bad period in a game. And it's beginning to look like this first period could be it. Being the first 5 minutes of the game, they've only got 2 buckets. Wow. But on the other end, save a few mishandles on the ball, giving the ball away. The Owensboro Thoroughbreds coming out firing. I'd like to thank Hip Hop 531 for joining the stream. Appreciate you being here. Don't forget, if you own a business and would like to support the Indy Express or any TBL team here on TBL TV, you could do so by placing ads here on this live stream during like these timeouts or halftime or stuff like that, pre and post game. Things of that nature. Just get a hold of the TBL management or the owners of the team to get that done. Filial looks over the defense, nearly stolen as he tried to get it to Damari Davis. Inside to Gerald. Gerald gets it blocked by Chuck. And Thoroughbreds looking to extend that, and he gets another 2 points. And just like that, it's a 12-point lead for the Owensboro Thoroughbreds. The Indy Express is just having a hard time finding a way of getting that ball anywhere around the bucket for a clean shot. Very good defense. There's TJ off the edge, and that is a three-pointer desperately needed by TJ Henderson. And that's the first bucket they've had in about 4 minutes in this game. Stolen right there, Damari Davis. TJ cleans it up, pitches it out to Marcus. Marcus behind the line, shoots for three himself, buries that one, and just like that, they're getting back in this game with back-to-back three-pointers, closing 6 points off the board, and now it's 16-10. Still lead by Owensboro. Nunn has the ball. Gets inside to Chuck. Chuck easy, up and down. Definitely had the height advantage there over the guys underneath, as Alan Arnett just did not have the body to be able to defend him up close personal. Filial's looking now. He's trying to nice pitch out. Ooh, he almost went out of bounds. Good job by TJ to keep it there. That was a forced shot by Alan Arnett, as you're looking, Davenport looking to fire off the mark. TJ decides to pull up, and we're going to get a pushing foul off TJ Henderson. They're going to call that he pushed off to create separation, and TJ's going to get slapped with a foul. TJ not happy about that call as Nunn brings it up. He expressed his concern about that multiple times. Nunn pitches it out. We got Eves with the ball. Eves trying to drive inside, stolen by Henderson. Henderson 2 steps inside. He's going to draw the foul off Davenport. And TJ is a good free throw shooter. He's going to go to the line, shoot for 2. Chuck having a few words with the referee here. TJ with his first free throw shot here. First one up, down, buried. Cuts the lead to 7. TJ with his second attempt. And he buries that one. Back to a 6-point lead for the Owensboro Thoroughbreds as Nunn brings the ball across the court. TJ playing very tough defense right now. Keeping an eye. Milligan was looking for that open shot. Be careful, he's going to fire that bad boy. That's a three-pointer again. That's 3 three-pointers right there for Milligan in the first period alone, as Owensboro's got 21-12. 9-point lead right now. We're watching Campbell drive inside. Nice little pump fake, but misses the target after getting the guys to jump. Nunn trying to get inside quick. That's going to be a kick ball, and Owensboro's going to get the ball again. That was a good defensive foot right there, making sure that the pass didn't get inside for an easy bucket underneath. Eves is going to bring the ball in for the Thoroughbreds. Nunn has the ball now, guarded by TJ Henderson. Milligan guarded closely by Filial. He's just going to push him down. Gets some help that time by Alan Arnett. Kicks back inside. Nunn to Eves. Eves easy inside. That's another 2 points for the Thoroughbreds, and it's an 11-point lead again for Owensboro. The Indy Express has got to find a way to slow down this offense because they are not able to close. He's going to fire. That's a three-pointer by Marcus Filial. If they continue making threes, that might help, but still, they got to slow this offense down because there's still 3.5 minutes left in this first period, and they've already got 23 points up. Davenport looking to drive inside. Gets it off, blocked by Alan Arnett as he was trying to use the glass. TJ Henderson drives inside. He goes up, fires. Eves, I hope he's okay. He went head first. It looked like he was going into the wall. He comes up, though, a little shaky, but I guess he'll be fine. And TJ Henderson is going to the line. TJ with his third free throw of the night. He made his first two earlier. First of two coming up. That rolls in and out off the front, then back at the rim. Unable to make that. Fourth attempt upcoming. Second of two. Buries that one. Brings the Indy Express to 16 points here in the first period as Nunn brings the ball across for the Express. What are we doing? Now we got Milligan bringing it up. We got a foul apparently on Campbell as he was going up to shoot. Looks like Milligan will be shooting two at the line. We got a timeout on the court. Looks like we got a DJ in the house, so if you can't hear me over the music, then I'm sorry. Welcome to the stream, Kenneth Bishop. Appreciate you being here. As we got 2 minutes, 51 seconds left in the first period, as the visiting Owensboro Thoroughbreds have a commanding lead at this point with a 7-point lead, 23-16 over the home team, Indy Express. Currently, we got 3 fouls, team fouls on the Thoroughbreds, 2 team fouls on the home team Express. We got a pretty well-packed house, actually, if we want to talk about people rolling in here right now. We got quite a few people on my side of the court. You don't see a lot on the other side because that's where the teams sit, but on my side of the court is where most of the fans sitting, and we got quite a few people that's been rolling in here slowly. I want to thank everybody that showed up. All right, that sound means it's the end of the timeout. Teams need to come out to the court. Milligan will be shooting two after that timeout. First shot for Milligan coming up. Buries it. Milligan, a very good shooter. That's an 8-point lead now for the Owensboro Thoroughbreds as Milligan tries to extend that to a 9-point lead. He shoots it up, goes up and in, and now it's 25-16. Owensboro. Philly bringing the ball across the court, getting ready to look over the defense, fires it out. Oh, and he's out of bounds as TJ Henderson slips. Try to stop that ball. Foot goes out of bounds, and it's a turnover. Here comes the ball. Nunn bringing the ball across. That's deep by Davenport, off the mark. Rebound by TJ Henderson. Henderson having himself a heck of a game, really. Pitched it out. Oh, look at that. That's Joe Reddick on the edge for three. Misses. Rebound by Allen. Allen back out to Joe. Joe looking for somebody. He's picked the ball up. He cannot. Oh, my goodness. What a pass. Out to Josh Caldwell for the dunk. That cuts it to a 7-point lead. Chuck with the ball. Turns around, fires from the free throw line. Rebound by Joe Reddick. Reddick over to Josh Caldwell. Caldwell rejected by Chuck and rebounded by Nunn. Milligan wide open downtown for three, and he buries another one. Oh my goodness. That's his fourth three-pointer in this period alone as they take a commanding 10-point lead in the first period. TJ Henderson looking to get inside. He draws another foul, this time on Milligan. TJ's going to go to a line again for the Indy Express, trying to dig themselves out of this double-digit deficit they're in right now. TBL Fan 281, thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here on TBL TV. Henderson now with his fifth free throw attempt. He's made 3 of his 4. His fifth one goes in. Now he's 4 of 5 and about to shoot his 6th free throw of the night. 6 free throws already in this period. TJ with his second attempt off this foul. Buries it. Cuts the lead down to 8 as the Indy Express finally breaks 20 points. Nunn. That was very good defense right there by TJ Henderson. Chuck kicks it back out to Milligan. Bad pass by Milligan inside to Chuck. Allen trying to drive inside. Tries to get it in the hole, but he'll go to the line shooting free throws again. And the Owensboro Thoroughbreds, with 55 seconds left in the first period, is over the team foul marks. So Allen Arnett will be shooting 2. Another good foul shooter for the Indy Express at the line. Allen with his first free throw attempt. Buries that one. Cuts the lead down to 7. Second attempt for Arnett. Gets the roll, buries it. Now it's just a 6-point lead with 55 seconds left in the first period. Milligan's going to inbounds it. Nunn with the ball. Guarded closely by TJ Henderson. Davenport looking for someone. Oh, that ain't Davenport, my bad. That's Milligan now cutting inside. That looked like a travel up and down to me. We got to fight for the ball. Chuck somehow comes up with it. Pitches it to Nunn, who shoots and fires right over the head of Chuck, the big center. We got Deonta Vaughn on the court now with the ball. Pitched out to Allen Arnett, who drives inside, back out to Caldwell. Caldwell's going to shoot that 3 right over Chuck. Hits the front end of the rim. Rebound by Milligan. 11 seconds left in the period. They're going to get the final shot of this period. 6-5. Does he realize how much time he does? He fires. 2 seconds left. Nothing but air ball. They need to put a second back on that clock, though. There should be 2 seconds on that clock, but they ain't going to put it back on there. Caldwell gets it out. Oh, we're getting a foul. He should be shooting. He's shooting. That's a foul. He should be shooting because they're over the team limit, isn't it? But they're over the team limit. They should be shooting because they're over team limit. Yeah. Yeah. So it is. As the time goes out, I was correct. They are over team limit. He will be going to the line and shooting 2. That was a very poor defensive decision by the Owensboro Thoroughbreds with only 1 second on the clock. TJ's going to shoot 2 here. First one up. That's his 7th attempt of the night. He's hit 6 of 7 so far. The Express cuts the lead to 7, trying to cut this to 6 as TJ fires off the last. And he buries it. 24 points for the Indy Express, who only had 4 points 5 minutes into this game. And that's the end of the first period, ladies and gentlemen, here at the the Municipal Gardens here in Indianapolis, Indiana, with the home team trailing the visiting Owensboro Thoroughbreds 30-24. We'll be back in a few minutes to begin the second period right after this. And we are back to begin the second period as TJ Henderson's bringing the ball across for the Indy Express. But now that's Deontay Vaughn, pitches it out to Joe Reddick, back over to TJ Henderson along the baseline, over to Alan Arnett. We got shooters on the ball court right now. Arnett with a high pass, pitches it back out. Vaughn back inside, off the glass, missed by Arnett, rare miss. Welcome MW2 to the stream here on TBL TV. And that's a deep shot right there, front of the rim. Rebound by Vaughn. Vaughn's gonna fire for three and bury that bad boy. And the Express looking like they are trying to close in, cut this lead to 3. They were down 11 at one point in this game, just not 5 minutes ago. Nunn with the ball for the Owensboro Thoroughbreds. Nearly stolen right there by Joe Reddick. Chuck now guarded closely. We got Mitchell with the ball. Rebound by Joe Reddick. Reddick brings the ball up coast to coast. Allen thought about taking the shot. Dribbles it off somebody else's foot. Pitch it back inside. I think I got Campbell. That was not a good handling of the ball right there with the passing. Milligan now at the ball. Out to Nunn for the Thoroughbreds. Thoroughbreds looking to try to slow things down. Maybe Chuck just turns around and fires. Rebound by Henderson. 3 points for tying this game up. TJ looking, stops, turns around, fadeaway jumper, in and out of the rim. There was plenty of time on the clock. I think they could have, but Nunn turns and pulls and fires right there. Gets their points here. Now it's a 5-point lead again for the Thoroughbreds with 10 minutes left in the first half. Vaughn with the ball. The Indy Express looking for a pick. Gets it. Fires off the mark, left of the rim. Rebound by Nunn. Nunn's got the ball. He's trying to get around. Got a screen right there by Chuck. Turnaround shooter by Griffith. And that goes long. TJ Henderson drops it into Arnett. Arnett, ooh, nice little drive inside. Campbell, nice pump fake to get a Griffith up in the air. Oh, man. Owens, the coach, is madder than heck. And then we just got a couple fancy footwork dribbles and then fired by Joe Reddick. I don't understand what that whole series was about. Mitchell with the ball, trying to drive inside, pitches it. We're going to get a over-the-back foul. We're going to get an over-the-back foul on Josh Caldwell on number 11. And Chuck's going to go to the line. This will be his third attempt at a free throw. He's now 1 of 3 so far on the night. Second attempt coming up. Chuck really known for his inside presence, but not so much at the free throw line. Fires the ball, buries it though. He's now 2 of them. He's 50% from the free throw line tonight as Joe Reddick brings the ball across for the Indy Express. Alan Arnett out to Caldwell. Caldwell's looking for somebody. All the way across court to Reddick, who fires for 3. Buries it. Keeps it inside. That's another three-pointer. Milligan's 4th three-pointer of the night. My goodness, he ain't missed from distance yet. Vaughn. Caldwell out to Arnett. Arnett looking to Joe Reddick. Arnett takes it, fires it. Oh, just out-muscled. Chuck just out-muscled Hart and Vaughn for the ball. Nunn gets the ball then on the turnaround, fires and makes it. It's an 8-point game in favor of the visiting Thoroughbreds. Arnett with the ball. Caldwell now turns around, fires. That's a 2-pointer off the front of the rim. Nunn with a turnaround, fadeaway jumper off the front of the rim. That time rebounded by Vaughn. Vaughn, hard pass inside to Arnett. Arnett laid it up hard on the glass, way too hard. Milligan fires from way downtown. The man is on fire. If this was a video game, his ball would be shooting flames right now with his 6th three-pointer of the first half. My goodness. Evan Milligan is 6 of 6 from 3-point range, and it doesn't matter where at on the court he's firing him. He's just dropping them. My goodness. We got about 7 minutes, 22 seconds left in the first half as the visiting Owensboro Thoroughbreds have a 41-30 lead over the home team Indy Express. We have a timeout on the court. Indy needs to find a way of getting getting a hand in Milligan's face when he goes up for that 3, or he's just going to be shooting that all night. This is the biggest lead of the night, tied for the Owensboro Thoroughbreds. They had an 11-point lead in the first period as well, and they cut that lead to 6. They cut it the Indy Express cut it to 3 early in the second period, but then after back-to-back three-pointers basically by Milligan, they have extended that lead back to 11. The only foul in this period currently is with the Indy Express. Hart is going to inbound the ball, pitches it out to Josh Caldwell. Caldwell then is going to give it off to Deonta Vaughn. Vaughn gets that pick off of Caldwell, pitches it out to Tillman. Tillman to Caldwell, fakes the three-pointer, off the glass, out of control, falling down, somehow finds it off the glass and into the bucket to bring this to only a 9-point lead. Nunn now looking over the defense for the Indy Express. That's Mitchell, pitches it in to Chuck. Chuck. Oh, that ain't Chuck. My bad. That's back to Mitchell. Mitchell drains a 3 now. It's like this whole team's ready to shoot three-pointers. Now we got a 12-point lead, the biggest lead of the night for the Owensboro Thoroughbreds. Nice pass by Vaughn, but just not the right angle by Caldwell. Back out. That's another three, this time attempted by Griffith, but it was a little off the mark. Deonta Vaughn, he says, heck with it. They're just having three-point competition right now, and currently the Owensboro Thoroughbreds are winning that one as they find themselves down by 12 with 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half. And Nunn is going to bring the ball across. Pitched it back out to Milligan. Got Tillman in his face early. That's a nice off the back of the board by Meshack for the Owensboro Thoroughbreds for two. And it's a 14-point lead by the Owensboro Thoroughbreds now. The Indy Express finding themselves deep in a deficit right now as Joe Reddick looks over the defense, wanting this pick off Milligan. And that's a Joe Reddick three-pointer. That helped out a little bit. That cut it back down to an 11-point lead as Nunn looks over the defense here. Tillman, he almost fired it. Milligan gets it inside, off the glass, little hard, rebound by Meshack, but stolen right out of his hands by Joe Reddick. Reddick pitches it out to Filial. Filial drives inside, right in front of Meshack. Oh my goodness, what? Yeah, a lot of grit and effort there by Filial to get that rebound over Meshack without fouling him. Back out another pitch out. That time Mitchell's three-pointer comes off the mark a little bit, and that's going to be Hart for three, and he buries that one. And now we got a little slight flip as we're looking at as the Owensboro's cooling off on the three-pointers, and the Indy Express is starting to drain them. Meshack now with the ball. Oh, that's going to be an offensive charge on Meshack. If I am mispronouncing that and it should be Meshack, let me know. Either way, that's a foul. That's a charging foul. It's not on the scoreboard, but I'm going to keep that in my head. As Joe Reddick brings the ball across, pitches it out to Tillman. Tillman looking over the defense, gives it out to Damari. Damari now, quick pass inside to John, and Hart gets it off the glass for two, and it's just like that. The Indy Express will go on a 6-0 run and cut that lead to 6. 4 minutes, 14 seconds left in the first half. The Indy Express only down 6, 40-46 by the visiting team, Owensboro Thoroughbreds. Thanks so much for joining and watching here on TBL TV. Don't forget, if you have any questions or comments that you want to drop in the live chat, feel free to do so because I am here and I'd be more than happy to go ahead and interact with you. If you have any comments on the commentary or the camera work, which is being done by Kimberly, or on just the game in general, you know, how do you feel? Is your team winning? Is your team losing? That's what I want to know. I want to know what we got a ton of people right now in here watching this game live. And if you're one of those people and you're logged in, feel free to let me know your thoughts on what's going on. Don't forget, there's only about 4 minutes left in this first half. We got about 1 minute before the teams come back out after this timeout. And here the teams come. Let's see here. Another DJ cuts the music down. All of a sudden, I can hear myself think. But you guys get to hear the music as well. The inbounds to Nunn. What's up, Henderson, too? Appreciate you being here. They win this game. They move on in the playoffs and don't have to play a third. Pitched inside. Meshack loses the ball somehow with a aggressiveness. Nearly stolen again. Tillman gets the ball out. Hart Back out to Filial. Ooh, boy, that was close. Hart now with the ball. We got 13 seconds on the shot clock. Hart shoots with a hand in his face. Off the mark. Milligan with the rebound. Nunn just drives right inside. Air ball. That's his second air ball of the night. Inside to Joe Reddick. Reddick pitches it in to Damari. Damari tries to go up. He doesn't get the foul, gets his own rebound. And I was wondering if he was even going to be fouled at all. Damari's going to go to the line and shoot two, but his first time going up, apparently his arms and the other guy's arms were all locked together, but no foul was called. They almost didn't call a foul on that one. I think they're just out here letting them play hard. Letting them play a little ball. Damari now going to shoot two from the free throw line. Davis drains his first one. Cuts that lead to 5. Meshach leaves as Chuck comes back in for him. Damari Davis with his fourth attempt here. Second from the free throw line off this foul. Buried that one as well. He's much better on that one. That's only a 4-point lead for the visiting Owensboro Thoroughbreds. As Darius Nunn brings the ball across, passes it off to Mitchell. Almost stolen, and we got Donovan Griffith stepping out of bounds trying to get around the edge, and that's express ball. Filial into Tillman. Tillman's going to bring the ball. No, he's going to hand it off to Filial as he brings it across. Hey, I appreciate the comment, Henderson, too. Yes, it is. And Joe Reddick fires off for 3. Off the mark just to Harris. He lands on his back. The score is a little bit faster. This instantaneous. And that is a dunk right in the face. Oh, my. That fired up the Owensboro side of court. Hart, they're going to call a travel. They're going to say he didn't get the ball out of his hands before he landed back on his feet. Yes, the score is a little bit faster because it's instantaneous as opposed to myself. The live stream is about a minute and a half behind. Nice tip right there by Joe Griffith. Trying to get the ball out. Pitches it inside. Chuck's got the ball. He tries for a sky hook. Rebound by Joe. Joe thought about looking for somebody to pitch it downtown for a fast break, but there was no one there. It's Filial just dancing with his guy. Misses. Good rebound. Mitchell. Eves with the ball now. And that's Griffith, and that's back out. And that's Mitchell for 3. I think Owensboro's got at least 12 three-pointers this game so far. And they find themselves with a 9-point lead again. Tillman with the ball out to Damari. Damari's looking for something. Nearly stolen by Owensboro. And we got a reaching foul on... Looks like Donovan Griffin's going to get a foul on him. Devontae's going to inbounds for the Indy Express. C. Malone 12, thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you being here on TBL TV. Pitches it deep out to Joe Reddick, who's able to keep it in bounds and on this side of the court, so there's no backcourt violation. Joe looking. We got 16 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Damari, he was setting it up. Good defense right there. Pitched out. Is that Tillman? That was Tillman. Nearly rebounded by the smallest guy on the court. Mitchell off the mark. Boy, that's a lot of loose ball right there. Back out, Eves takes it inside, shoots from the free throw line off the mark, and we got pushing foul. Okay. That was a foul on Mitchell. TJ Henderson looking to inbound the ball. It's going to go to Deonta Vaughn. Now we got another timeout. What's going on? Oh, they were exchanging players as Alan Arnett comes in for Joe Reddick. Allen with the ball. Inside to Henderson. Henderson, they're trying this. That was. Boy, they're getting very vivid, very, very upset. They're saying the Indy Express got this. The coach is upset. The players are upset. Arnett has the ball, pitches it back out to Tillman, there's only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Henderson better think about doing something with it. That's shot clock violation. I don't think the Express was aware of that the time clock was down. Eves with the ball. Still a 9-point lead for the Owensboro Thoroughbreds with only 30 seconds left in the half. They're going to hold this for as long as they can. Mitchell with the ball. Deep near me. He pulls up, fires for three, off the mark, and a dunk rebound by Chuck. 8 seconds left. Owensboro back to that 11-point lead already. TJ looking to inbound it with almost 13 seconds left on the clock. Out to Allen. Allen over to TJ. TJ driving hard to the hole. Blocked by Chuck. Rebound by Damari Davis. Nearly got his hand out of bounds. Pitched out. Alan Arnett needs to fire. He does. He's off the mark, though. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was an exciting first half as the Owensboro Thoroughbreds come into the Municipal Gardens, the home of the Indy Express, and put a thumping early on, honestly. Leading currently by 11 by a score 53-42. We will be back in 15 minutes for the second half of this playoff game here on TBL TV. by a score of 53 to 42 to the Owensboro Thoroughbreds. We're getting ready to start the second half, third period of this game in just a moment. Thanks everyone again for watching live here on TBL TV. Don't forget, during that spot there at the halftime, you could have purchased, if you own a business and were interested, you could have purchased an ad. Just get a hold of the team. And as we sit here and watch, we have everybody getting their final words in on their sides of the courts. And the Indy Express, it will get the ball at this half, as Alan Arnett will be inbounding it to Marcus Filial. Filial with the ball and brings it across court. Pitches it out to TJ Henderson. Henderson looking over the defense. Gets it inside to Gerald Campbell. Campbell high, gets blocked by Milligan. That's got to be his fourth block of the game at least. How in the world did that happen? I don't know. No fouls called either, which is an amazing feat. Filial pitches it out. Henderson for three off the corner. Buries it. And that gets them out of that double-digit deficit right there. Now they're only down 8. Nunn looking over the defense here as TJ stares him right in the eye. Eves shoots a little short of the three, but he gets 2 to Barry right there. Brings it back to a 10-point game. Campbell with the ball, bringing it across with Chuck right in his face. He just stops, fires. I think that was nearly blocked, either that or it was just a really bad air ball. As Davenport looks to try to get the ball back. Chuck now pitches it to him. Back inside to Chuck. Campbell tries to reject it, but unable to do so. Now it's a 12-point lead for the Owensboro early in the second half. Filial looking. They need to get something going here. Out to TJ. TJ with a pump fake. Pitches it back out to Arnett. Arnett fires with a fake. Way hard off the glass. Davenport turns around looking for something. Unable to get anything going here. Pitches it out to Nunn to reset this offense with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Davenport will fire. That's inside the three-point line, but still counts as 2. And we got a 14-point lead by the visiting team. Arnett pitches it outside. Campbell, oh no, that's Damari Davis right now inside. Working on Milligan off the glass, gets it all in. As Nunn brings it now across. Inside to Chuck, good hands inside by Campbell to poke that ball out. Nearly stolen back. Out, TJ thought about shooting that 3. He doesn't do it though. Takes the screen from Campbell though. Didn't do anything with it. Nice hand fighting for the ball. Filial's gonna fire from downtown. That's up, over, and rebound by Chuck Abato. Davenport. Milligan, who's been on fire from downtown, misses his first one of the night, I think. And that's just not a good pass right there. Way too out in front of Campbell, unable to get the ball. It's a turnover. Still a 12-point lead by the home team with about 9 minutes left in the third period. They had a chance there for a little bit more accurate pass. Campbell would have had a one-on-one for the bucket, but he was unable to get that pass. He just led him a little too far. Nunn bringing the ball across for the Thoroughbreds. Commanding lead the entire game, really. They haven't given up the lead. They started with the lead and That's going to go back to Thoroughbreds, as Davis was able to get a hand in on the pass as he was trying to kick it back out. The closest this game's been is 3-point lead. They are arguing with that ref about possession, but Indy Express keeps the ball. Campbell in the Filial is going to give it off to TJ. He's going to bring it across the court. Damari now with the ball. Oh, bad pass. Stolen by Davenport. Trying to find Henderson inside. Milligan, who's been on fire from three all night, buries another one. His 7th tonight. It's a 15-point lead. Biggest lead of the night for the Owensboro Thoroughbreds. Allen trying to find some kind of crease inside. Campbell pitches it back out. Henderson, good ball movement. Henderson gets his own three to answer. It's back to a 12-point lead. Nunn's going to pull up and fire short. Rebound inside by Chuck over Campbell. Gets inside, nice off the glass, reverse layup. Back to a 14-point game. My goodness, this is a high octane opening to the second half. Henderson looking for that pick. He's going to fire it. I think he got to let fingers on it. Nice ball handling by Alan Arnett with some passing. And TJ answers with his own three. It's back to an 11-point game. That was impressive. I thought for sure Alan Arnett was going to be in my lap. All right, he shoots. That's a 2-pointer, hand in his face, but still buries it. As Filial was right there, glued to him. Nice inside pass to Campbell. Gets the foul on Chuck. Gets the 2 points and looking to make this a 3-point play. As Campbell will go to the free throw line. It's an 11-point game. He's looking to make this just a 10-point game with this free throw here. Buries it. Campbell very good at the free throw line. Nunn bringing the ball across. It's only a 10-point lead now. I say only with a grain of salt, because we've seen this score. Oh, my goodness. Great defense. They want a foul. They're not going to get it. TJ, nice tip back in by Damari Davis. Cut this to an 8-point lead. The Indy Express, they're mad. Owensboro wants fouls on both sides of the court, but they're not getting it. Nunn pitches it out to Milligan. Milligan over to Davenport. Davenport looking to drive inside. Good inside defense, but he still gets that hand out there and gets 2 points. Back to a 10-point lead for Owensboro. Filial now looking to set up an offense here, trying to get something going for him. We're going to get a foul on Eves, reaching around to try to get inside. Eves used his elbow to get position on that pass to steal the ball. That's the second team foul on the Thoroughbreds. None on the Indy Express, and the Thoroughbreds are very vocal about that currently. We have this timeout. KM24, thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you being here on TBL TV. As the visiting Owensboro Thoroughbreds have a 10-point lead over the home team, Indy Express, by a score of 68-58 with about 6 minutes left in the third period. Well, I'll tell you what, this third period, man, that first half of the third period was wild. And it carried over from the end of the second half. The end of the second half was wild, too. The ball was flying around all over the court. It was hard to keep track at times. But that's what I'm here to do, right? All right, so we got about 10 seconds here before they'll have to be forced to get out of their timeout. And then there it is. They're going to come back out here. Final words from the coaches. Thanks again, everybody who's joined this game. This is quite a ruckus crowd we have on both sides. Owensboro brought their own fan base over there on the other side of the court. No one being louder than Chuck Avato. Philly all going to inbound for the Indy Express. Inside to Campbell. Campbell has the ball guarded closely by Chuck. Campbell, nice little drives off the rim. Tipped by Davis. Unable to get in. Davenport fast break to none. Pitches it back outside. Not a good pass. Stolen, picked up by Filial. TJ goes for the three-pointer. Oh, we got a foul. Chuck was desperately trying not to foul or hurt anybody. You can see as he was trying to drive for the ball, but he is going to get that foul on him on loose ball. Welcome, TBL Commissioner, to this stream, as this is a very, very high-octane, very good game between the Owensboro Thoroughbreds and the Indy Express, as TJ Henderson is going to inbound the ball for the Express. Gets it out to Damari Davis. Davis back to Henderson. Henderson looking to get it to Filial, who's able to reach for it. Filial, ooh, he just turns around and fires. Heck with it, man. He was that close to the bucket, might as well make it. And they cut outside of that double-digit lead to now cut it to only 8 as Nunn looks over this defense for the Indy Express. Stops, fires, puts it into Chuck. Chuck pitches it out to Eads. And we're going to have a foul. We're going to have a foul on TJ Henderson. Now, there was no shot there, and that's the first team foul for the Indy Express in this third period, as Eves is going to re-inbound it. We got a fresh 24 shot clock. Inside, not a good pass. Ripped away by Gerald Campbell. Going coast to coast, hard off the glass. Davenport tried to steal it, poking it away from Alan Arnett, but it goes out of bounds. Indy Express. Chuck is not happy about not getting a loose ball foul when Campbell ripped the ball away from him. Philly all going to inbound it. Looks like he's going to get it to Alan Arnett. Arnett is going to bring it across midcourt for the Express. Over to Campbell. Campbell, good hands. We're going to get a chopping foul. This might be a tech on Damari Davis. I don't know what's called. Well, it's not a technical, but it is a foul. Eves is going to inbound it to Nunn. Score still 68-60. Got about a minute and a half in this game now where no one scored a thing. There we go. Referee whistle starts the game. Eves going to inbound it. Nunn brings it across. Guarded by TJ Henderson. Over to Milligan, who's been a fireworks show from beyond the three-point lane. And now we're going to get a foul on. That looks like they're putting that on Deonta Vaughn on a reaching foul. That's now 3 apiece. 3 very quick fouls by the Indy Express in the last minute and a half. Milligan, like I said earlier, been dangerous. No, my goodness, got the step on the guy, Tillman, that was guarding him. And that's 2 points. Back to a 10-point lead, 70-60. as Deonta Vaughn is guarded closely by Nunn. Out to Henderson. Henderson almost fired. Nice ball handling. Tillman thought about shooting it. I can't see the shot clock. 3 seconds. Henderson fires off the edge of the rim. Rebound. They're saying that the ball didn't hit the rim. I thought it did. I thought it hit the backside of the rim, but they're going to call it a shot clock violation as Milligan is going to inbounds it for the Thoroughbreds. Nunn with the ball for the Thoroughbreds, looking to get it inside. Milligan now has the ball, pitches it out to Eves. Eves trying to find a way inside on Tillman. Nice transitional defense right there by Mike Tillman. He's going to turn around, fire. He's definitely player of the game so far for the Thoroughbreds. Milligan has just been dropping everything he puts up. I think he's missed 2 shots all night. Vaughn needing help. Pitches it out. Tillman's going to fire it for 3. I think that was partially blocked. Nice rebound. They're going to say Vaughn stepped out as he went to get the ball. Now we're going to get a tech on Deonta Vaughn for cussing out the referee. Yeah. I heard it plain as day, too. So Milligan's going to get a free shot on this technical foul here. He makes it.
The only thing he's missed is a contested 3.
I know.
He fell on the ground.
He's been on fire. Milligan's been just draining everything. Milligan's got 7 3-pointers from downtown if my count is accurate. Nunn's bringing the ball across. Milligan, nice little hands. He's just off the glass and in. That guy, he can close his eyes, fall down, throw the ball up. It's going in the hole tonight. He can't miss anything tonight. Largest lead of the night, 75-60 with 3 minutes left in the third period as Milligan's looking for another 3-point play tonight. This will be the unconventional kind. And he buries it. Vaughn brings the ball across. Tillman. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Was Caldwell. Caldwell with the ball, drives inside. Nice little hands, but wasn't able to get it in. We got a rebound by Caldwell and then fouled. Is that the 5th? That is. That's the 15th foul, so Caldwell will be shooting 2 at the line. Buries his first one. Caldwell with a second free throw. Buries that one as well. Back to a 14-point game. As Nunn's bringing it across. This has been such hype. These guys are showing off how in shape they really are. Oh my goodness, no. Oh, he missed one. What? Holy crap. All right, nice. Nunn steals the ball, looking for an alley-oop. Beautiful block. Believe it or not. Still a 16-point lead, though. Caldwell just go fire at a 3-pointer. Oh, they're going to say it's only 2 points. Either way, he nailed that one. Chuck drives inside, uncontested off the glass. 80-64, 16-point game. Now the Express are letting the score and the game get to them, and they're trying to create something, and it's not happening. They got to settle themselves down, bring this game back to within manageable. They still got an entire period to play. They can't let things get to their heads right now. Calm down, play their type of game. They have any shot at coming back in this game. That's Mitchell short on the run, on the shot. Rebound by Filial. Pitches it inside to Campbell. Stolen by Mitchell. Unbelievably able to stay in bounds too after the steal. There's Milligan again. Going inside, throws it up. This time air ball way off center of balance. Caldwell, I don't know how he wasn't fouled on that, but he gets it off the back glass. And it's back to a 14-point game. None. Darius driving inside. There's Mitchell, stops and fires before Caldwell could get to him. Give himself a couple points. Filial, he fires also. Man in his face. Owensboro's got a big team on the floor right now as Milligan fires with the hands in his face. Rebound by TJ Henderson. Henderson trying to slow it down, take the final shot of this third period. Down 16 points. Inside to Caldwell, back to Henderson. There's only 4 seconds left on a shot. Turnaround jumper. They're not going to call a foul, as it looked like Tillman was trying to shoot the ball as he's going out of bounds. And Davenport reached out and grabbed. That's the end of the third period, ladies and gentlemen, as the visiting Owensboro Thoroughbreds are defeating your home team, Indy Express, by a score of 82-66. We'll be back in about 2 minutes for the fourth and final period of this game. And we're back with the fourth and final period of this game. Owensboro with a commanding, 16-point lead over the Indy Express. And they have the ball, bringing it across the court as Nunn is looking to set up some kind of offense. The Express just ain't been able to put points on the board tonight. Nice steal, though, by Caldwell right there on a bad pass, but then throws a bad pass himself, gives the ball right back. I don't understand. Take advantage of situations like that. Looks like Mishak. Rebound there by Arnett. Reddick back to Arnett, over to Filial, kick over to Caldwell. Caldwell driving inside. Mishak in his face and gets the ball to go in. That's 2 points for Caldwell. Nunn kicks it out to Mitchell. Mitchell inside to Mishak. Mishak guard. Oh my goodness. He falls down. No offensive foul on Mishak as he gets that 2 points to go in. He's just a bigger body. He was unable to handle it. Reddick with the ball for the Indy Express. And that's, whoo, they call that a foul. I don't know. They're gonna call that a foul, and Reddick's gonna go to the line to shoot two. Mitchell upset, thinking he got all ball. But that's not how the referee saw it. Reddick with his first free throw attempt. Buries it. 15-point lead now for the Owensboro Thoroughbreds as Reddick attempts his second free throw. And he buries that one as well. They finally break the 70-point mark. And Owensboro comes across court with a commanding 14-point lead. Good ball movement. Inside, Ugly, unbelievably rebounded. And he's out of bounds. It didn't matter, but they're going to call it out of bounds, even though he passed it and it went right into the hands of Arnett. It's still Indy Express ball. Filial now setting up the offense for the Express. Caldwell left wide open. Arnett left open for three, and that's buried. Back to an 11-point lead right now. Express trying to chop this lead down a little bit, make it a little bit more manageable. I'll tell you what, this is very much that we're going to get a foul on Arnett there. We're going to get a foul on Arnett. As Milligan's going to go to the line. It ain't going to be a line shot. He wasn't shooting. Arnett's upset, saying that, it was a loose ball. But, oh well. Now, this is very similar to how the game went down in Owensboro this past Tuesday, where Owensboro had a commanding lead all night. And then the Indy Express came back and won by 1 point at the very end of the game. Mitchell with the ball finds an open shot for three, rebound by Arnett. Kind of a little bit of an offensive dry spell right now. Good defense by the Indy Express. Arnett was unable to take advantage of a body bump. Off the glass, rebound by Campbell. Caldwell brings it back in off the rebound. And it's down to under a double-digit lead again. We have seen this all night, back and forth. Nearly stolen by Caldwell. Oh, no, that was a charge. He leaned in with his shoulder and extended that elbow. That's a charge. Now we're going to get a technical foul. For spiking the ball in frustration. TJ Henderson's going to shoot the tech. He makes the technical foul as Joe Reddick's going to pass it in. Mishak is over there trying to calm down in the corner. Really upset. Filial with the ball. Henderson inside. Had to readjust in midair. Nice aggression to the ball by the Indy Express. Ball movement to get a shot for three, but one unable to make it. Nunn with the ball. Drives inside to, and we're going to get a foul. Is that going to be on Filial or is it going to be on Reddick? I think that's going to be on Filial, actually. And I think Chuck is going to be shooting 2 at the line here in just a moment. This is a very physical, demanding game on both sides. Aboto's first free throw attempt. Made it. Big number 11 going to go for his second free throw attempt here. Buries that one as well. Back to a 10-point lead for the Owensboro Thoroughbreds. Filial is going to bring the ball across for the Indy Express. Trying to get the ball movement in hopes that they can find some kind of open look. Chuck arguing. He's yelling, there's just 7 seconds on the shot clock. Brett wide open for 3 off the front end of the rim. Recessed the shot clock though. Arnett wide open himself. And this time he buries it. And now we got a 7-point game. Nearly swiped right there by Arnett in the last second. Nunn pulls up, fires. I think that was almost partially blocked. Rebound by Filial. Joe inside to Arnett. Off the glass and 2. Great assist by Reddick right there. And now it's a 5-point game. That's how you come back. Assists. We got a timeout now by the Owensboro Thoroughbreds. As you hear it from the home crowd, as they've been making this big comeback. 7 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. They find themselves only down by 5. Whereas, I don't know, when this quarter started, they were down 15. They were down as much as 16 so far in this game at one point. Very similar to the Tuesday game they had in Owensboro. If they come back and get a 1-point win, that'd be an amazing feat to do that 2 times in a row. Again, thanks everybody who's watching live here on TBL TV. I'm Lawrence Owen, your game commentator. Your video is brought to you by Kimberly, and Point God's mom speaks up, says, keep pushing Express. She is rooting hard for the Express to win this series and move on in the playoffs, in the TBL series. I can't blame her. She's been here every game. TBL Fan 61, thank you also for joining the stream, as the Indy Express has been fighting hard this fourth and final period, finding themselves, they were down 16 at one point when this period started early on. They are only down 5 now with 7 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. But the Owensboro Thoroughbreds will be getting the ball to start. And Nunn, Darius Nunn looks over. Ooh, I thought he kind of traveled. We got a tip. Went out of bounds. Davenport going to inbound it now. And Chuck gives it to Nunn. full 24 seconds. Over to Mitchell. Mitchell inside to Chuck. Turn around. Sky hook goes in. Back to a 7-point lead as Philyaw brings the ball across for the Indy Express. Caldwell with the ball. Out to TJ. TJ into Allen. Allen back out to Philyaw, who's wide open top of the cup. Oh, what a tip out by Arnett. Arnett just standing there like, here, you shoot it, you shoot it, you shoot it. Caldwell gets it, finally puts it in. They finally get 2 points after 4 offensive boards. It's back to a 5-point game. Mitchell looking to get the ball in. Chuck's got the ball. He's going to be double teamed hard downtown. He's just such a big body. Oh, that was a beautiful inside. Somehow got blocked right there by Arnett, and now we got a foul on Arnett. We got a foul on Arnett, saying that he was reaching over his back to get the block. And Chuck will be going. Now we got a timeout on the court, it looks like. Welcome back, TBL fan 279. Thank you for joining the stream. Appreciate you being here. Really tight game, really 5 points. About 6 minutes left in the game. The home team, Indy Express, with 83 and 3 team fouls, while the visiting team, the Owensboro Thoroughbreds, who are already down 1 game in a best-of-3 series, currently leading this game, 88 points, but they have 2 team fouls. With that noise you heard, you got about 10 seconds before they're going to have to break up, come back out here to the court, where the Thoroughbreds will retain possession of the ball with a fresh 24 shot clock. I'm looking for the person that's going to be inbounding, and it looks like, oh no, they're going to, we are shooting. I thought we was going to be shooting. Wasn't for sure. Chuck's going to shoot 2 after the foul by Arnett over his back. First one goes up inside the bucket. Extends that lead to 6 for the Thoroughbreds. TJ Henderson calling for the fans to join as the 6th man unphases Chuck as he buries the second one. Philyaw bringing it in. Inside to Campbell. Campbell out to Arnett. Arnett looking. Can't see. Oh, that's Joe Reddick. He gets the foul finally. Little late. My goodness. Want to welcome Mark Jansen to the stream, as I believe Joe Reddick will be shooting 3 from the foul line. We had a slight timeout on the court as we tried to get the wetness off the court from Joe Reddick taking a hard foul. 5 minutes, 47 seconds left in this game. The determination of the Indy Express to not let this game get too out of hand and to keep it within striking distance is just incredibly evident. They have been down this entire game by as much as 12 points in the first half, 16 points in the second half, and currently they are down 7. But Reddick is shooting 3 free throws right here. Joe with his first one. Gets the roll. Cuts the lead to 6. Reddick with his second free throw. Put that little extra on there so he didn't have to get the roll that time. Back to a 5-point game. We have substitutions as the fireman Milligan comes back into this game. My goodness, Milligan is he's hit 7 3-pointers so far. Third free throw by Reddick goes up and down. It's a 4-point game as the Owensboro Thoroughbreds have control of the ball. Nunn looking over the defense. Gets it over to Eves. Eves pitches it in to Chuck, and he's going to get a foul as an elbow comes down on top of Chuck's head. And that's going to be Campbell. Chuck has been fouled a lot underneath tonight. He's been shooting a lot of free throws. Here, he's going to try to shoot here. I don't think he's upset about the foul. I know he's just trying to play. Off the back of the rim. Sounds like the sixth man actually helped that time because Chuck's been burying him. Chuck with his second free throw coming up. You can hear the home crowd going loud, trying to mess him up. Wasn't able to do so as he gets that free throw in. And Marcus Filial is looking to bring the ball across for the Indy Express, try to cut this 5-point lead down a little bit more. We got an off-the-ball foul from somewhere. That'll be the fourth foul if it is. Henderson going to inbound it with a fresh 24 on the clock. Inside to Filial. Filial driving inside. Oh my goodness, Caldwell wide open downtown. Buries that bad boy. The big guy shoots a baseline three-pointer. Cuts the lead to only 2 with 5:20 left in the game. Eves trying to get inside. This Indy Express team is fired up. They're playing with all kinds of energy right now. You see it. Eves finally shoots, misses, rebound. Milligan, new fresh shot clock. Milligan passes it on to Eves, way back out to Nunn. Nunn fires way downtown. Back to a 5-point game. TJ Henderson now with the ball for the Indy Express. Loses his handles on the ball. Turnover by TJ. That's kind of rare. You don't see that very often by TJ. TJ's a really good ball handler. Arguably the best overall ball player on this team, actually. Back out. That's Davenport downtown for 3, but blocked. Nice fast break move. Alan Arnett finishing it off. Back to a 3-point game for the Indy Express. 4 minutes left. Eves looking for something. Oh my goodness. We're going to get a foul on Arnett as Chet goes up with a dunk. Arnett wants to know why. Oh. He thinks he got ball. But Chuck's going to fire another 2 free throws. He's been at the line a lot this fourth quarter. He's been taking a pounding underneath that bucket. You hear the home team again trying to mess him up, but unable to do so on that shot as he extends it to a 4-point lead again. It's now a 2-possession ball game with 4 minutes left in the game. Abato now with a second free throw. And he makes that one as well. 5-point game, 96-91. Marcus Filial with the ball for the Indy Express. Pitches it out to Joe Reddick. Reddick looking for a screen, gets it. Gets a little bit of space, fires it. Nothing but air on that ball. That was air ball. No one even touched it. So Nunn bringing the ball across. Milligan turns around, nearly stolen by Filial. Good hands getting inside there. 12 seconds on the shot clock. We got a timeout on the court as the Owensboro Thoroughbreds are clinging on to that 5-point lead over the home team, Indy Express, 96-91. They need to win this game to stay in the playoff race in this best out of 3 series, as they lost their home game last Tuesday by 1 point against the Indy Express. We have 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the game. Currently, the Indy Express is over the foul limit. Technically, the other team is basically as well. They've got 4 fouls. Next one will be bonus. So, very, very high tempo game. Ever since, I don't know, about 3 or 4 minutes left in the first half, this game has just been nonstop. Back and forth, back and forth. I'll tell you what, these guys are in such great shape physically, mentally, emotionally. Well, for the most part, there's no way I could run the court as much as they've been doing all night. I'd be out of breath in the first 2 minutes. Nunn looks like he's going to be inbounding the ball for the Thoroughbreds. Again, like I said, reminder, 12 seconds on the shot clock. There is not a fresh shot clock on the board, as Filial nearly stolen the ball but was unable to stay in bounds with it. Milligan now at the ball, gets it back out to Nunn. Nunn looking, gets double team. Milligan now, nice little crossover dribble, blocked by Allen Arnett. 3 seconds on the shot clock. That was a beautiful block by Arnett. There's only 3 seconds on the shot clock. They can pretty much have to get it, put the ball on the court and shoot. Milligan looking to inbounds the ball. Bad pass, stolen, nice little inbounds right there. Caldwell unable to hold on to the ball. He's wanting a foul, but he's not going to get it. Nunn has the ball, Mitchell, and we're going to get some kind of foul. I don't know, I couldn't see. We got whistles, but I don't see what the whistle is. Off the ball. There's something going on, arguing. I don't know exactly what's going on. We got inside, fresh shot clock. Basically, it had like 20 seconds on it. Nunn's coming inside, pitches it back out to Mitchell. Mitchell all the way out to Eves. Eves pitches it into Chuck. Chuck turns around, fires off the mark. Rebound by TJ Henderson. Henderson gets it under control as Filial now has the ball. Still a 5-point game. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock. Filial drives to the hole, misses the whole rim, backboard, everything. They got to start putting the ball in the hole in order to get points. Take advantage of turnovers and possessions, or they're not going to come away with this win. Nunn drives inside, pitches it back out to Milligan, who's got big height. That time off the mark, but rebound by Milligan, and now we got a travel. Got the ball, and before they passed it or dribbled it, they stepped. Philly all going to bring. They got to do something here. They have any shot. 2 minutes left in the game. They got to make a point. Even a two-pointer is fine. They just need to make some kind of bucket. They need to pass the ball around or just shoot it and drop it and make it a three-point game. Driving inside, Mitchell just completely counteracted that one. 98-93, a minute 45 seconds left in the game. Philly all drives inside, back out. Bam! That's a three-pointer right there by Caldwell. Now it's a two-point game. It's a one-possession game. A minute 35 left in the game. Nunn pitches it into Chuck. Chuck back out to Nunn, then over to Eves. Eves is going to fire. That's a three-pointer. Hard off the back of the rim. Rebound by Allen Arnett. And they're wanting a foul, but he wasn't. Inside to Arnett. Oh, man, the refs are letting a lot of things go in this game on both sides of the ball, to be fair. Mitchell, turn around, jumping, fadeaway jumper. Oh, nice block. I thought it was going to be a rebound dunk by Chuck, and Caldwell come in out of nowhere and block that thing out of the air. The refs are definitely letting a lot of things go. Yeah, you're right, Point God's mom. There was a couple flops, actually, I think. Trying to draw fouls. But either way, it's still a two-point game. Owensboro has the ball. Timeout. 22 seconds on the shot clock. 57.8 seconds left in the game. The Express needs to show up their defense right here in order to have any shot at winning. What a game. This very much a reminder, very similar to the Tuesday game. Wow. Let me know your thoughts. If you're watching this and you're in the live chat right now, let me know your thoughts on what you've seen throughout this game. Do you think that the referees are just letting a lot of fouls go on both sides? Do you think they're being a little bit aggressive on either side? Or do you think they're calling a fair game, letting them play because it's a playoff game? That buzzer says that we're going to have a couple guys, they're going to have to break it up. They got 22 seconds left on the shot clock, about 58 seconds left in the game. Nunn looks like he's going to be inbounding the ball. They need to play tight defense here, but they've been playing a lot of good rotational zone defense all night. Nice. Stepping inside, Chuck one-on-one against Caldwell. Pick. And we're going to get a foul on Marcus Filial. Reaching in and popping that ball out. They're going to say that he grabbed arm in that process. And that means Chuck is going to get 2 free throws because both teams are over the foul, basically. Chuck's been at this line all fourth quarter, the entire fourth period. You can hear there you go. The sixth man making their presence known here in the Municipal Gardens in Indianapolis, Indiana. Abato shooting another free throw. He fires. He buries that one, though, and it's a three-point game. 99-96 as Filial brings it across with just under 50 seconds left in the game. Caldwell back over to Arnett. Arnett driving hard to the bucket. That's a clean block. That went out of bounds. Bad pass. I think someone forgot that they needed to inbound the ball. Still a 3-point game with 31.9 seconds left. We got a timeout. Apparently the ball is wet. The Express absolutely need to come away with points on this possession. Filial over to Caldwell. Caldwell driving hard to the bucket. He didn't get the ball in the bucket, but he did get the foul. Caldwell's going to be shooting 2. 18.8 seconds left on the clock, though. Even if he makes both of them, they're still down 1 point. Without any question, he needs to make at least one of these 2 to make any kind of a steal easier so they don't have to shoot 3 to tie. Buries the first one. 2-point game. Caldwell with a chance to bring this game to within 1 point. Josh sets up with a second free throw. Eyes the bucket. Fires off the front of the rim. And we got a timeout. We have a timeout on the Owensboro side of the court. 2-point game. Whoa, you would not expected this game to be so close if you came in even at halftime or at the beginning of the fourth quarter. But the Express has just kept fighting and fighting and fighting, and now it's a 2-point game. 21.9 seconds. That is plenty of time to eat the entire clock out. The Express is going to have to come out incredibly aggressive on defense, trying to get the ball away. And if the Owensboro realizes this, they can take an advantage of it by finding an open man and putting a dagger in it if they can find the open guy when they bring 2 people to try to steal the ball. You can't foul them. If you foul them, that's gonna give them chances to extend the lead. They're already up 2. You don't want them to go up 3 or 4. But you need to steal the ball. There is no shot clock. 21.9 seconds left on the game clock. Griffith is going to inbound the ball for Owensboro. Out to Nunn, immediately double team, and we got a foul on Henderson. And now Nunn's gonna shoot 2. If he makes both of these buckets, the game is over. Henderson don't believe that he fouled him. He thought he was just swatting for the ball. Nunn. Darius with his first shot makes it. 3-point game. They break 100. 100-97. Darius with a second and dagger attempt. Buried it. 4-point game. 19.5 seconds left on the clock, and somehow the Indy Express has got to come up with 4 points. I will promise you, the coach is saying, do not foul on the Owensboro side of the court right now. Because if they foul while in an attempt of a 3-point play, that would be probably the most god-awful thing that you could possibly do right now, right? You can't foul a guy shooting at 3, because if he makes it, that's the only way that they could come back and tie this ball game. The Express needs to come down here and score very, very fast. Take as little time off the clock as possible. We're about to find out what's going to happen, though. We have Nunn, Milligan, Eves, and Chuck on the floor for Owensboro. We got Filial, Henderson, out to Caldwell. Caldwell to Philly. Nope, he faked the handoff. Goes inside. We're finally going to get a foul. I think that's going to be on Milligan. We're going to look. Yes, that foul's on Milligan as Caldwell's going to go to the line and shoot for two with just under 15 seconds left in the game. Caldwell with his first. Buries it. It's now a one-possession game. Now, does he hit the front of the rim and try to get the own rebound? Is that what they're going to attempt to do? Surely they're watching for that. It is rebounded and put back up by Joe Reddick. They're still down 1 point. But amazingly, he missed that. Reddick gets the rebound and put back. They're down 1 with 14 and a half seconds left. I didn't think the Indy Express would score 100 points this game. Beginning of the fourth quarter just didn't seem plausible. They really came out in this fourth quarter and put some points on. Now I want to know, I'm curious, is this going to be is he going to say foul, foul, foul to try to save time off the clock, get the ball back and maybe shoot a three-pointer to tie it? That'd be interesting. Or is he going to say don't foul but try to take the ball away? Either way, you gotta keep in mind the time left on the game clock is less than 15 seconds. This game is just as exciting as it was Tuesday. If you're sitting there watching this, congratulations for watching a great game between the Owensboro Thoroughbreds and the Indy Express. And the best out of 3 series, which Indy leads right now 1-0. If Indy somehow comes away with a win here, they can really feel fortunate and deserving because they really fought hard to come back in this game. But if they lose, we come back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 5 seconds. We got a foul on Joe Reddick. He's going to be Milligan's going to shoot 2. I thought it was a 5 second. I thought 5 seconds went by. But to be fair, I don't have a ticker in my head. Cliff Livingston, thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you being here. 14.1 seconds left on the clock. Milligan's going to be shooting 2. TBL Ref 8, thank you for joining the stream. Milligan with his first. He's going to bury it. He ain't missed a free throw yet tonight. It's now a 2-point game. Milligan has a chance of making this where the Express has to shoot a 3 to even have a shot at tying it. Evan shoots, and he makes it. 103-100. 14 seconds left. Filial looking for perimeters here. Reddick, and that's backcourt violation. Game's over. This game's over. That was a bad pass. All they got to do is inbound the ball. One, they're going to foul him, obviously. They're going to foul him. Griffith's going to go to the shot clock, or to the free throw line here. They're already up 3. If he buries one, there's nothing that the Express can do. 2.8 seconds left on the game clock. Griffith with his first free throw attempt. Donovan's first shot goes in and out. Donovan Griffith now a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Needs to hit this to take this game out of reach. Here's the sixth man, then Indy, and the game's over. It's 104-100. There's the inbounds to Filial. 3, 2, 1. He misses. Game over. Congratulations to the Owensboro Thoroughbred extending this series. It's now tied 1-1. Tyler Murray, 09. Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you being here. We will be back tomorrow at the Municipal Gardens here in Indianapolis, Indiana, for Game 3 of this really good series, playoff series for the TBL between the Owensboro Thoroughbreds and the Indy Express. I'm Lawrence Owen, your game commentator, and of course, the camera work was brought to you by Kimberly, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.